Enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne. You'll never know till it's over. So pretty it hurts. Just beware of the thorns.
Hello everybody. We're going to do a question, answer a comment actually that was on Quora about the D.O.C. But before I do, if you're new here, subscribe. If you like prison content, share, like, comment. Let's get into this. On Quora, somebody asked a question about the D.O.C., Department of Corrections, and I can't remember exactly what the question was, but this person, it was a former officer, that's what their profile said, said that prisoners are coddled. They're coddled by the judges, they're coddled in prison by the staff. I've never been coddled in prison, and most people I know in max prisons have never been coddled. I have a guy I grew up with that became a corrections officer, and he quit because the way they treated him, the way they treated the prisoners, the convicts. I'm not saying that people in prison shouldn't be in prison. But what I am saying is we're definitely not coddled. If anybody's coddled, it's those with messed up cases. They may get coddled. A convict can fight another convict and just do 10 days in the hole. You could beat him up and only get 10 days in the hole. Maybe get assault if it's a bad enough beating. But he puts his hands on somebody with one of those messed up cases, and he's through. He'll get another case, no matter how bad it is. So this guy saying that we're coddled is full of it. I don't think I was coddled by the judge either. I definitely wasn't coddled in prison. This is mostly talking about the hierarchy of the D.O.C. and those of higher rank in the prison. Your lieutenants, majors, captains, and all that. When I was in the Hofer investigation, was about to get a number 3. I had to be escorted to the captain's office or major's office, whatever it's called, and I was in cuffs. I get up there, and this female CO said, "Can I say something?" And they said yes. She said, "I don't think Sadio's guilty of this. I've known him a long time. This is not his MO." The major told her, "If you want to keep your job, you will keep your effing mouth shut." And that's what he told her. Exact words he told her, except I left out the vulgarity of it. But I've had guards threaten to beat me. I've seen guards beat other prisoners. I've seen prisoners harassed. I've been harassed. Not as much as some of the others I've seen harassed, but I've been harassed. And so if that's coddling, then I hate to see how they treat somebody mean, you know. It's not to say that there's not any good COs, correctional officers, because there are. But most of them in Missouri that I know of either quit their job or lose their job, get fired or something. You know, sometimes they even get transferred to another prison. But it's far from coddling. And I'm trying to stay calm here because it really gets over my nerves when former correctional officers, former captains, lieutenants and stuff, and usually that's who it is the higher ranked ones, come out and say crap like that. Some of the people that's on this channel, the ex-cons, they can tell you same thing. We were not coddled. Like I said, the ones who were are the ones that messed up cases. They'll give you more time if you touch them. And I know several people that's gotten more time for putting their hands on them. But I just wanted to make this clear, you know, and get this out there, that prisoners, it's not a life of luxury. You know, it's not living good. Excuse me. It's dealing with other prisoners every day. It's dealing with staff every day. It's dealing with being away from your family. All this, you know. So, and that's not my definition of being coddled, but maybe it was like that in the prison he was in. Maybe he's in some low-level prison, you know, that in some other state that coddled to the prisoners. I don't know, but I know it's not like that in Missouri. I know it's not like that in most states. From hearing other people talk and watching other videos and stuff. But it's a shame that, you know, the guards that are good people don't last long. They either quit or they get fired, you know, because they need more people like that. And then it's not just guards, it's nurses too. Nurses try to actually help somebody, they're gone. In most cases they are. You know, try to treat you with some type of dignity or treat you like a human. Try to actually help you. I've seen nurses quit. I've seen nurses get fired. I've seen, and I'm sure it's like that in other areas of the prison too, but it's the medical and the regular guards that I'm talking about. And when I can understand that maybe somebody was mistreated, came in there to do good and was mistreated, you know, maybe assaulted or whatever by a prisoner, so he has a thing against him. He or she has a thing against him. That's that's just part of prison, you know. You can't. If you go to any job and you let somebody else get to you and you hate them because of that, you know, you're not going to do good in that job, no matter what it is. I mean, sometimes you have a boss that you can't get along with, you know, and it's just like in the prison, you know. Like this guy I know, his superiors wouldn't let him. He didn't like the way they was treating the prisoners, and he didn't like the way he was being treated, so he quit. He may not have wanted to quit, but he did. But it's things like this that goes on every day, and people don't know about it. People don't know about the medical neglect that goes on. I did a video on that, by the way. Changing the meds that they had in the free world to a cheaper med, just because they're trying to save money. Somebody coming up to medical complaining of chest pains and being given Motrin and sent back to the housing unit. There's other things I could talk about, but I don't think this is a video for it. I just wanted everybody to know, before this guy gets, you know, or maybe you've heard it from other people about prisoners being coddled, and I've never experienced that. I mean, I'm not sure if I'd want to experience it either. You know, even the good COs, I didn't talk to them much. You know, I just don't do that type of thing. But it doesn't make them bad people just because I wouldn't talk to them. The ones who were jerks, I tried to stay away from. You know, stayed out of their hair if I could. But there was one I think I talked about this, but I'm not sure. There's one instance where there's this older guard at South Central Correctional Center, and as far as I know, he treated everybody with respect the best he could, you know. I mean, he went by the book, but and if he wrote you up, usually you're guilty, you know. I didn't see anything wrong with him until, you know, I never talked to him a lot, but he was always fair and respectful to me. But he got to harassing this guy, and I don't know why. I couldn't figure it out, and maybe this guy had done something to him, I don't know, but he was harassing this guy, I mean, constantly in his cell, every day, shaking his cell down, taking something from him. Stuff that was even on his property list, he was taking from him, and he'd have to go through all kinds of IRs and grievances just to get it back. Well, one day, the guy had enough. This guard was standing out in front of the housing unit, and when they called the window, the 10-minute window each hour that you can go in or out, he comes out there with a crock pot and a laundry bag and attacks that guard. And the guard got up, and I mean, when he got hit, he fell down and he jumped right back up and started fist fighting the guy. You know, which kind of amazed me, but the point being is I don't know why he was harassing this guy. And now it's true I don't know the whole story, but from what I saw, he was just every day just patting him down, shaking his cell down, taking stuff from him, just everything he could just to make this guy's life miserable until the guy couldn't take it no more. But every prison's got those type of guards, you know, that has one or two jerks in there that just wants to cause trouble. But most of the trouble comes from the higher ranked ones, you know, because they're the ones that tell the other guards what to do, the COs what to do and stuff. And this is just my experience in Missouri. Maybe it's different than others. And like I said, maybe where this guy was at, maybe they were being coddled. I don't know. But I just have to come out and say that it's not like that in Missouri. And I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.